What's going on, guys? Travis with the RAC Garage here. Today we're working on the traditional Ford hot rod again. Finally. Getting it to run. I go down the street, I put a mechanical fan on, and it runs, baby! More on that later. Alright. Back in the garage, like always. Where else would I be? Okay, today, tonight I'm gonna make this thing run and idle and perform like it should. Why? Because I'm gonna swap this 97 with a 94, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this thing runs mint with that 94 on there. Let's swap that out and fire it up. All right, so this 94 is a little different. I hope everything works. Let me take this one off and then make sure throttle linkage works the way it should, and you know, that old chestnut. All right, so everything kind of fits, but the linkage here for the throttle is a little weird because on the 94 it kind of goes down before it goes over. I don't know why. I don't know if there's an extra lever or a fulcrum that I don't have, but I gotta like really press on the throttle for it to do something, and I don't like the way I have to do that. So I might have to bend up this throttle a little bit just so it kind of pulls on it at the right angle, because I think I'm pulling at it from too high. It wants to pull it up, so it kind of snaps down. So if I kind of bend it down and over, it might just want to pull it nice and easy. I don't have too much room on that linkage, so I only got one shot. Bolts right up just like the 97 does, obviously, because this carburetor belongs on this stock intake. Yeah, I'm kind of just rambling because I'm excited. This thing probably might fire up pretty good soon. Okay, so since this linkage is pulling up on the carburetor, it needs to pull down. I'm going to take this old linkage I have that works. It's a little short and kind of rusty, so I really don't care about it too much. And have this rod, same thickness. I am going to make one that is a little curvy bob to it. So hopefully that'll pull the way we need, and at least we can just kind of work the throttle without having to, you know, snap it to full throttle quick by accident, because that's all it's doing. It's pulling and then snapping down. I don't need to be doing that, so. Alright, so I got this crazy zigzag linkage on there. It kind of works a little better. Maybe I'm just hoping it works better. See how that linkage has to go like down before it goes out? That's the only thing I'm worried about. But we'll see what happens. I can't get the 94 going because I'm an idiot, and we had this Stromberg going. Not great, but we had it going. So I'm gonna try rebuild slash maybe rebuild, more like replace a bunch of parts, because I've cleaned this out before and I don't think I need to clean it out. I think it just needs a new power valve and stuff. So I really don't know what I'm doing. So let's I'm probably just gonna put a time lapse on, and yeah, I'll try and rebuild this thing. Alright, so I changed the power valve, the air idle screws, jets, and the plunger for the power valve. I thought that was the power valve, but apparently not. It's kind of tight with that new spring and stuff. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I feel like it might loosen up once there's gas on it. Maybe that's the whole deal, but it's tight right now, and it really shouldn't be. So I hold the throttle open, and it stays. I don't like that, but guess I'll figure it out. Let me swap this back over. See if we can get it to run this time. Okay, so when I rebuilt this 97, I put the new idle air screws in, and I think that's the problem. They're kind of a different shape. So I'm gonna throw the old ones back in because they work, and we'll see if that makes a difference. That could be what's plaguing carburetor right now. Something stupid just like that. You can obviously tell which one's the old one. See how much of a different shape? I don't know if you can see it, but how much of a different shape that is than this tip. So throwing these back in. Well, that was really good. Okay, so those air idle mixture screws definitely helped. Cool. Awesome. Now that the garage is all smoky, I can go in the house. Excited. Yesterday on my birthday, I could not get this thing running, but I kind of did. I'm not supposed to be out here. The wife kind of wants me inside. But I snuck out while she's taking a shower, and you heard it. It was idling. I could rev it up, and it didn't stall out, so we're getting somewhere. So I can't really touch it. Let me shut the gas. Ooh, let me shut the gas off. But we're getting somewhere. A little bit at a time. I'm more excited now. Was kind of bummed out yesterday because I could not get this thing running to save my life, but it just ran, and it ran pretty good, I think. So I'm excited. Let's get it. So I have this 6-blade fan that Josh gave me, and I wanted to use it. Come to find out, it is a crank fan, and this is the pulley to my generator, and there's just no way it fits. This little lip here and this lip here do not go together, and the bolt pattern on this is smaller than the bolt pattern on the generator pulley. So used the facilities at work, this made, and it's got the bolt pattern for the pulley, so that'll go on just like that. It's a real tight fit, so nothing moves, everything runs true. Once I bolt that in with the new hardware I just got, this fits on into this counter bore, and it bolts in these threaded holes on the adapter, and that fits in just like that. Fits on here without falling off. It's a real tight fit. So excited about this. I think I'm gonna have to trim the fan because it's got these 3 taller fan blades. So let me just put the generator pulley back on, bolt the adapter on, and we'll see what the fan's gonna hit. It might hit the radiator hoses. It's probably going to. It might hit the filler neck. I gotta see how I gotta trim these fan blades. So let's put this on and start moving forward. I take my fitzel, and do this here, because I'm not gonna be able to get my socket on, well, my impact on the front of this to tighten up the pulley. So I take it off. Okay. Now let's get this pulley back on. There's a key. This is a keyed pulley, so let's line up the key. Nice. All right, back to the car. All right. Probably safest thing to do would probably be to get this pulley back on, because I'm not gonna be able to do it with the fan on. All right, Jenny's back on. I'm gonna get my pulley adapter. Need to do some trimmings. Trimminy, chiroo. But it's close. Alright, it fits. It's really close to the radiator, but it doesn't hit. And I think I have to push the bottom of the radiator out anyway. And that's a long blade, and it's getting cut. So I should be fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the long blades, 1, 2, and 3, to match the tiny ones. Then, pretty sure I'm going to trim the bottom of this. I'm going to figure out, after these long blades are off, I'll figure out how much it hits, what it hits by, cut that off, and weld it up in place. So that's going to be fun. So first things first, let's take the blade off and trim those long ones to become short ones. Alright, everything seems to be working, so let me add a little bit more water, make sure I got enough, and then I'm going to try and take it down the road. Same spot. Same spot 2 times. Alright, water pump is leaky. Idle is high. It's getting too much air. But you know what? I drove it down the street. It did stall on me, but I got it running and I got it back home under its own power. Wow. That water pump is very leaky. So that was awesome. First time driving that thing and back. This last video I drove it, then I got stuck and I had to get towed back. This time I got it to the same exact house as last time, but I got it running again and it's back here. You just saw me pull it in under its own power. Whew, feels good. It's not responding the way it should. Like, it kind of still sputters and all this kind of stuff. So I need to figure out how to get it smooth, but it's on its way. Little baby steps. I don't have that much time to work on it, but it's coming together. It's coming together. Man. That thing just looks good. So I need to change the water pump on the passenger side and get it running better, and that's as far as I want to take it for right now, until the spring where I start driving it again. Or driving it again. Like I just drove it 2 days. And just down the street and back, so it doesn't even count. So, yeah, until it gets to the spring so I can drive it. I won't really touch it. I gotta do customer stuff. Alright, couple days after I got it running, drove it back, I got some time to kind of fine tune it. I tightened down the intake more. There was a fitting on the intake that the threads were really mashed up, so I put the thread sealer in that, locked it up tighter, put a block off plate on the fuel pump because I don't need that, replaced the distributor cap, thanks again Joe, and now it runs really smooth and it can idle with the choke off, which before, when I was driving it down the street, the max I could take the choke off was half choke. I couldn't go full choke off or it wouldn't run at all. So come to find out, it was the idle air screws. I had them in too much. I started off with each one out a full turn and a quarter. That's where you're supposed to start them, but I had those vacuum leaks, so it would only run if I kind of turned them in more, and come to find out it was only out a quarter of a turn because I turned them in so far. So after the vacuum leaks were gone, I turned them out back to 1 1/4 turns out. Runs like a top. Choke's off now. No choke when it idles. I couldn't do that before. So that's pretty much it for this. I got it running and driving down the street, which was my goal before the winter. I know it snowed yesterday, so I don't know. I think it still counts. So thank you guys. Liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing my videos. I love it. Gonna be doing more stuff in here. Stay tuned, guys.